Hey there, folks. It's 5:52 a.m., September 19th, 2016. Turn the speaker off. Now it's 5:53 a.m. This is about, understanding movement. 255. 2 understanding, and 5 is strong movement. Understanding strong movement. There's a lot going on out in the world today. You have the stupidity of those things that are physically running the planet. Damn. Just being let loose. Not hardly being controlled. ISIS is a serious threat, but they also stage certain things. I mean, it's all part of what's being done to try to finally create a state of martial law everywhere. So the Anunnaki have more physical control over you and your lives. Excuse me. Literally, physically, your bodies. To finally make you complete slaves, and it'll never happen. They're stuck here. The Drakh haven't actually. They've been down here to the planet a few times, working on some of their, their prison camps and everything, but they haven't come down here to eradicate them yet. The Drakh are waiting for something to happen. The same thing I am. Animals, excuse me, are dying. It's a natural thing for certain species to fall away, but I'm talking about massive, sometimes massive animal deaths. That's going to get worse. The weather's gone nuts. Your chemtrails and stuff have been causing some issues for years. Y'all don't remember, I'm 61. I remember the sky. I used to look up in it a lot. I wish I was in it. I know this wasn't my real home, and I knew I didn't really have one. Excuse me, that I was actually everywhere. And these earthquakes that we're having all over the world, a lot of people, they're saying, oh, it's the HARP systems, it's this and it's that. Folks, there's some issues that are caused by what's here on the planet. Trust me. Or forget trusting me, trust yourself as you go to feel it. Go inside yourself, get your own gut feeling. See what you can see with your pineal. Trust your heart, what you feel. When there's an earthquake, after it, hopefully not happening to you, but excuse me, but when it does happen, go to it and feel it. There was an earthquake happened, 20 years ago. Relax. Go look at it with your head, what's your gut feeling about it, and then extend your heart out there and feel the energy that was involved in it happening. What's the energy behind it? Do you see Gaia? Do you see Anunnaki? Do you see a government? Maybe even the elemental dragons? Go see for yourself, and then see what you pick up off the internet. I know I say to stay off the internet. I'm not talking about stay off it totally, but just don't waste your day on it. Engage yourself and become yourself, and then engage in other things. As you awaken, become become yourself and become stronger, you'll get more in less time on the internet. And your spirit guides will take you right where you need to go to get what you need, and then boom, you're off and doing other things, so you actually get somewhere in life. Instead of staying a little child in mom and dad's garage apartment. Some of you have to live like that. I understand. I respect that. Trust me. When I moved out from my parents' house, excuse me, I literally lived out in the woods. I got my dad's axe, some rope, and a tarp, and I lived there for a little bit. Took a shower, believe it or not, under a waterfall. I understand hard times. I've just always had to do everything I could about what I knew was right. Excuse me. Those damn, those of you that can feel the field, it is changing up and down a little bit. You can actually feel aggression in it sometimes. You can always feel it stronger. Sometimes you feel a calm. The field is not the barrier between the third and second dimension. It's just that source energy, the alpha source energy. But it's getting really aggressive because of all the issues going on going on the other side. Now, it's funny, they really don't want me to talk about it. It's like I said in a September 7th video about prophecy and stuff. There's good stuff on the other side, just doesn't know what the hell it's doing. It's sad. I won't listen. Stuck on stupidity. And when it acts out improperly and it's told, it's shown the error of its ways, and it keeps going, it gets deleted. Some of it frozen, taken out, but folks, the second dimension right now has about the same insanity that we have here, not quite. It's different in the physical world. But they're insane. They won't listen. The format has always been abusive, arrogant, and everything else over there. That's how everything's used to acting. A lot of people have asked me, said, Jay, why is it that on the other side, when something dies and it goes home, and there's new energy over there, they were cool over here, they get over there, they do nothing? I said, well, you know, I first thing I'll say is, I guess they're all stupid. You get out of a body, you get stupid. That's not true. When you go to the other side, and the format has always been, when you get out of the body, then you're back in the arrogance, abuse, and everything else going on over there. Everything in the body doesn't matter, quote unquote. Being tortured, everything else means nothing. It was good for you. It was good for you. There's your God in action right there. It was good for you because it was making your spirit grow while you were being tortured in that body. Animals being everything is disgusting. That aggressive energy you're feeling right now from me, that's what's in the field. And it's literally charging up. Yeah, I know. Shut up. It's part of my own energy outside. Those of you that have equipment that can read uh, photon, it's um, it's a way of reading energy, a way of reading it as a mass, physical mass. It's not physical, but whatever. It's a way for scientists to read energy. It's getting stronger. It's getting aggressive. You okay, Herky, buddy? You gonna come in, buddy? I love you, baby. Come on, honey. I love you. You gonna come and sit, Daddy? I love you. Come on, buddy. Good man. Herky has been getting hit real hard, just like me. And when I box up packages, the tape gun makes a little bit of a noise. Come on, honey. Thank you, buddy. Come on, baby. Come on. Good man, honey. Come on. Let's lay down. Good boy, honey. Come on, buddy. Come on. I know you're tired. He gets hammered like me, like I've said. Sometimes in the morning, I'll take after he eats. I'll take him out again. We just walk around, usually the front yard, on the cement. It's good for cutting down his nails, wearing them down. But he'll start wobbling, just like me. His head's being worked on, just like mine. Yesterday, no, a couple days ago, he went to get up the steps. He couldn't. He got a couple steps up, and boom, he fell over on the steps. He's short, low to the ground, so it's not, far to go or anything, and he got nervous when I went to go lean down and pick him up, but I was just supporting his weight. It's not because he wasn't strong enough. He's old and tired, just like I am, but his head was so dizzy he couldn't walk. The two of us would be walking early in the morning, and then he's literally wobbling back and forth, and so am I. I make jokes about that, and how the neighbors probably think, I'm a horrible person, drunk in the morning, and actually getting my dog drunk too. They have no concept of what's going on, just like most everyone else out there. So many people have come up to me over the past few years and say, Jay, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm supposed to be doing something, but there's nothing there. I know I'm here to do something, but I can't see what it is. Well, everyone was here for the 2012. They were here for the 2012 thing, where they were going to all say, help people come alive, and say, look, there's the great Mother, Father, God. Yeah, well, that shit got changed. That was taken out. No more of that crap. So that leaves people wondering and wandering. What's going on? What's going to happen? They're not even aware. They're not that awake yet. I'm not saying anything negative about anyone. I'm not making fun of anyone. That's the last thing I do. You want something to laugh at? Laugh at me, okay? Have some fun. I don't give a damn. Just don't laugh at each other. You're all going through a hard time, trying to wake up in an abusive creation. Then deal with what you see when you see it, and there's still stuff out there, going at people the wrong way, attacking people, but some of it's not attacking, it's just trying to run you the wrong way. In the meantime, Eric's stuck in body, and he's going a little nuts about it, getting real pissed. Something happened yesterday, and Eric's energy, his primary focal point, what's in me, literally blew up. There's a lot more dead stuff on the other side, and again, they finally took notice. This time it was worse than the previous time. They'll forget, go right back into their stupid way. It's like I said in the September 7th video about prophecy, that, Herky ain't lasting forever, and when he's gone, I'm out of here. That's not a threat to commit suicide. I'm just telling you that's how it's going to happen. There shouldn't be any problem shutting myself down, but one way or the other. It's hard for all of you to wake up and see what's going on. Damn it. To see what's going on, you see all this massive confusion on the other side. It makes you wonder. I'm not seeing it right. I'm not seeing it right because, it's just, it looks kind of nutty. Now you're seeing it right. Everything has always been made to keep you from seeing. That's being changed, but there's still issues with it. But the biggest thing is you're waking up, in an environment that's made for you not to see. There's no veil getting thinner. There is everyone becoming more awake. The veil, if you're thinking of the veil as the actual barrier, that'll never that'll never get any thinner. Well, I doubt it. A certain amount of strength needs to be maintained within the barrier so the dimensions can be kept separate, so you can maintain the dimensional integrity, the integrity of the dimension. I'm going to be introducing a few more people to you soon. If I can do crank ups and stuff. Y'all are going to be set up. There's going to be our people, but it's just now coming together where there's people all over the world that can crank you up. Australia, Germany, some moving around all over Europe. Australia is pretty far away. So there's different time zones, different people. Of course, there's plenty here in the States, but excuse me, I don't mean plenty, but Paul and Bajou already are. Siobhan, her name is spelled Siobhan, but it's pronounced like Siobhan in Ireland. In the tongue over there, I can't remember. Sometimes I'll sit and be thinking, I'm thinking of myself and I'm speaking, it's Irish. It's a Gaelic tongue from way back. I can't feel and hear all the words, it's just flowing in my head like that. Y'all are much more complex. There's so much more to you than you realize yet, and that'll just be happening. You'll be waking up, becoming aware of more and more and more. Y'all are awesome beings, man. You have no idea. Yeah, there's problems out there. There's some trash spirit too. It'll get handled, but right now is a rough time. Right now it's a rough time. When you have something running everything and it's abusive, when you take it out, if there's not something to already go in place right away, then you have chaos. And that chaos will end soon as air is free. Unreal. What are you gonna do? Well, do me a favor if you would, and notice that a lot of these earthquakes that you're having now, just recently, um, the one in uh, Japan, the China area, um, New Zealand, they have some magnitude to them, but they're shallow. They're not tearing everything up. There's going to be some strong waves coming. I've talked for years about China getting hit. Okay, they're over a year overdue. They'll get theirs. I'm not. I'm not trying to beat someone up who's Chinese. We've all had lives in all the bodies. That would be senseless. What they're doing is wrong. What this country is doing is wrong. But they're at the head of the pack when it comes to animal abuse. And as I say that, I remember having just seen something on the internet about the U.S. government. Their almighty, powerful, great U.S. government has decided that 65% of the wild horses need to be slaughtered. Guess McDonald's gotten a big interest out of that, huh? Kind of flows into Soylent Green. For those of you that are younger, that's an old movie where humans were harvested and turned into food that were eaten by the humans. Insanity is here, but it's leaving. All this chaos and insanity around everywhere can make it harder for you to relax and flow into yourself, to be yourself. But that's only if you haven't started doing it yet. All this chaos going around that makes it so hard to do that, that's even more reason for you to start working on it. I shouldn't say working, just releasing. Because it helps you deal with the chaos. Folks, when you become quote unquote enlightened, that's a big word. When you wake up, okay, and become yourself, you'll never see the world the same way because you see the whole thing. You see everything going on. Well, most everything going on. When you're stuck in a human body, you can't see everything everywhere at the same time. It just doesn't work like that. When you're out of your body, you can see all kinds of stuff. But still, when you're within your body, you can see so much. You're aware of stuff going on. You can understand it, see and feel what's behind it. Feeling is an important thing, folks. Using your heart. It's probably the most powerful tool we have. I guess the most powerful tool we have is when you awaken your abilities and you use all of yourself. Your physical, metaphysical, what knowledge you can get in your brain. I want so much for all of you. And I can't do crap about it yet. It's like being at a bus stop and there's only one bus and you're waiting on it, but you just heard the engine blew up and they're building the engine in the side of the street. It's never been as important as it is now, folks, to relax. To take a short period of time to try to relax, excuse me, relax and go inside yourself so you can see not just who you are, but what's around you. Folks, there's a time coming soon that'll be disruptive, and more than what you have now. Trust me. This world's going to get shook up. I told you that, and it's not just this. There's planets all over this third dimension, this universe. It's going to get shook up, shake the dust off. The problematic dust is going to be sucked into a vacuum cleaner and thrown away. Then nothing's perfect, but it's going to be nice. It's going to be literally compared to the way you're living now. Whoops. Compared to the way you're living now, it's going to be like paradise. You'll remember it to tell your grandkids when they don't even remember what it used to be like, but they can read about it. Isn't that the kind of gift we want to give those that we love? The offspring that come off? What'll be interesting is when these physical bodies start fading away. And they will. When it's all said and done, there may be there's probably going to be right about 10% of what's in body now in a physical body. Well, folks, I hope you have a good one. I wanted to take a moment to try to explain what's going on the other side and what you might be feeling. A lot of you are very strong. A lot of you are really strong now too. If you can understand that an army doesn't have to have guns and weapons, we have a very strong metaphysical army now. Y'all are ready. The only thing we're all waiting on is for me to get the hell out of here. And I'm doing everything I can. This is y'all's time. This is about all of you. It's not about me. I'm leaving doing what I'm supposed to do. Janitor's cleaning up the buildings. Good, but okay. It's not a biggie. This is when there will be people spread around the world starting to crank people up. And then there's more source people here coming alive, cranking up more people. You start seeing things. Someone who's a friend of mine, I was talking to yesterday, and someone very close to me, her brother, he's an airline pilot. He's aware of stuff going on, but they're staying back from him a little bit. He has 2 children. I looked at him and was saying, you got a boy and a girl? The girl's older. Do you have them yet? And, he's kind of laughing. He goes, yeah. Got a son on the door. The door's a little bit older. They're both source. We're talking about things, but reason why I'm bringing it up, he had anxiety, a strong anxiety. Now this is important on a couple different levels, okay? He had a strong anxiety towards the Sepoians, or what everybody calls Greys. And I said, huh. So I looked, and I saw where he had a few visits, and I saw stuff going on, and I saw what they were doing, and I felt their intentions. Remember, I said feeling is really strong, it's important. I felt their intentions, and I said, damn. They're not trying to scare him or hurt him or anything. And then I went back to the first time he saw them, and it was funny as hell. The three of us were laughing. Um, it was a three-way Skype. Um, I told you that no matter who you are when you're in a body, no matter how strong you are as a telepath, anything, even to ear, he's one of the strongest telepaths there are in creation. You can only see so much because you're controlled from the outside and through the body. But he's incredibly powerful anyway. Um, I went ahead and I looked, just because these beings fly around on starships and everything doesn't mean they don't screw up. I can see it so blatantly. Anybody could guess this. Anybody, when you say guess, you're using your gut intuition to say it makes sense. Okay? When you guess, no, you're using your gut. You're actually using your metaphysical abilities. So anyway, you can have this idea that anything in the body screws up. Okay, it's normal. Okay, it makes sense. Your gut feeling says yes. This is doable. This is understandable. So anyway, they came into his room when he was a real young kid, and some, there's always a couple of people who have it's a small device. A lot of the older ones, some of them still being used. It's like a long pole like this, kind of a thin one, and then like a crystal type apparatus on the end, and they use it to put out frequencies to put every living thing asleep. You can modify that. You can use telepathy, strong telepathy, to make someone think something else is going on while they're conscious but not conscious. The body's awake, but they're not really conscious. They think they are. But anyway, that happens when they go to take you out to abduct you. But they were working on him to help him. But when they first showed up, they didn't have it together, and they literally beamed into the guy's room right when he had just started to fall asleep. But he's strong solar plexus. He felt something going on. When you're solar plexus, you have a strong connection to the field right through the crown. Okay. So through the crowns. So anyway, so all of a sudden he woke up and he saw them. And as soon as that happened, in his head, his brain went, "Wow!" Can you imagine being a very young child and just you wake up and then here's these quote unquote monsters in the room? Physically, I'm talking. He saw them physically, like reach out and touch him. They were there physically. Okay. So then all of a sudden, poof! They put him down. They put him to sleep. They put him down mentally just so he could they could relax and look at him. They're trying to help, but that left an image in his brain that has stayed there. But now that he understands now that he understands what happened, then 90+% of that's going to be going away. Usually about 95% of it, 90 to 95% of the issues from it go away. So everyone screws up. Like I said, there's people who are ready to worship these beings that fly around on these great starships. Like, wow, we going back to ancient days where we used to whatever, when we found fire. When you had a new age come in and the earth was cleaned, a lot of the indigenous life, that's where the cavemen and stuff like that came from for the most part. Anyway, excuse me. There's so much for all of you to understand. Well, time for me to take care of the man down here. He's got to get his medicine. I love you, buddy. It's not much longer, folks. I'd like to say something that would really totally lift your spirits, make your day. You know, I don't do la la la. I'm going to tell you what's going on and nothing else. Tell you about what I see, and that it can't hardly happen. September 7th, it was a couple days before that. I was supposed to tell you about some stuff coming up with some light tsunami action. And, you know, the card lightning came up. And it's like, boom, boom, boom. It's like it's going to happen right away. While I was going through that, when I say pulling cards, when I was going through that, like I said, and I actually saw the event happening, and there's part of my energy talking to me saying it's going to happen. I'm like, yeah, screw you. I don't have time for this crap. Just playing games. I need to get out of here. That's all I care about. But there's going to be a lot of that's going to get more and more. There is a big change coming. We're very close, and you're going to start seeing some of this stuff happening. I'll tell you, there'll be firefights. Well, you know, issues. Well, you've already seen one of them come in over Hungary. In Europe. China's east coast, and unfortunately a little bit of Tokyo over there, but then it's going to go inside to the east of China. It's going to go right up in there. China, they're going to get hit hard. I don't expect that to happen until after I'm out of here. They're going to get hit hard. Then the mainland's going to get hit hard too. You can see, whoa, damn it. You're going to see the wall break. I mean, break. Anyway, whatever. Just remember taking a few moments out of your day to just allow yourself to let go. Relaxed breathing. Just open your eyes, look at a white part of the room. It's kind of blank, whatever color. Just look at a nice blank part of the room. Close your eyes, whatever you like. Just relax. Just let go of things for a little bit. Be good to yourself. And you come alive. That's why things are crazy around you. That's one reason things are crazy around you, is to keep you from ever being able to relax, so your DNA can unwind and you can become yourself. In order to do that, you have to release your conscious mind. The more anxiety you have, the more you're locked into the conscious world. When I talk to you about taking your energy, building spheres, now remember I told you, there's like none of you that can actually fit in a state. You know, usually those of you that are strong, I put you in the middle of the U.S., your energy's barely or more than barely touching both oceans. So it's just to relax, feel that energy sphere, feel your energy. Sometimes you just see, when you're solar plexus, you just see it. Okay, and sometimes you feel a little heat or something in the palms, or pressure. You know, there's all kinds of ways you're going to feel it. Whatever way it happens, that's your way. It's yours. Own it. It's good. Build a sphere with your energy. Like I said, your energy is all over the place. It comes in the core, out the hands, out the arms, and then into the fingertips. So you put it out there, you build it, you feel a little something, okay? And then when you go to take your fingers like this, okay? You go like this, but do not let them touch. Just go like this. Get them closer. You'll feel whatever feeling it is that you have when you know this is here. Even if it's a picture, you'll see it grow in intensity, or you'll feel it, see it or feel it grow in intensity. When you touch your fingers, once you've been doing this a while, it doesn't matter if you touch your fingers, but when you do, it engages your conscious mind, number one. And number two, sometimes you can ground your energy out, so, you know, back to itself. So that's why I ask you to keep your fingers open when you do that. But that's how you practice. That's lifting weights with your energy. Okay? Folks, I'm doing all I can. So I never quit. This body will soon, but I don't. wouldn't know how and don't want to. Things will change. They will get better. It's past time, but at least the time's here. Just about. So, while we're waiting on that, maybe some of you could be relaxing a little more. Like I said, things are going to get nutty anyway. So, they already are. They're going to get a little worse, but you know, when things crank up and you get a little crazier, but you're calm, and you can see that there's some physical destruction going on, and there's not many people dying. You know, where the damage is kept to a minimum, nothing like, you know, unlike what it's always been before. You're going to realize that there is change happening, but it's minimal in, you know, in that regard. It's I hate to say it, more compassionate than it's ever been before. Folks, good stuff is coming. So, anyway, love y'all, man. Have a good one.